So the first card you have for your past is the Queen of Swords. So yes, I'm seeing a lot of frustration in this card. Actually, a lot of people have frustration in their readings this week. There's a lot of frustrated people around. Yeah, I'm actually seeing, I'm seeing missed appointments actually. I'm seeing missed appointments, changing dates, someone messing you around, messing up times, messing things up for you. Maybe they say, oh, come and see you at this time and this date. Oh, now I won't. Now I'll see you at 10 o'clock. Now I'll see you at 8 o'clock. Now I'll see you the next day. And it just messes you whole, really, it messes you all up until you can't really bear it anymore, drives you crazy. That was what was happening at this time. There was someone who, someone was doing this to you, and you didn't even enjoy spending time with them either, but they were messing you around. But I think you had to spend time with them for some reason. You had to be around this person for some reason at this time, which would drive me crazy. I'm seeing you had to talk to them about something, but they kept on messing you around. I think you put up with this a few times, but then you started putting your foot down. I think they know that you're a kind person and you're a reasonable person, and they were kind of taking advantage of that a bit by messing you around, thinking, oh, you're the one that's going to be okay. You don't mind if I keep on changing the dates. You do mind, actually. You're not a doormat. The Queen of Swords is a very, very strong woman. She's probably the strongest, or she is, I think. I think she is the strongest queen of every queen. And, if you look at her, she has one hand up, so she's welcoming people toward her. She's also holding up her sword, so she's holding her sword up against anything or anyone she doesn't want around her. So you probably put up with this for a while, and then you kind of said no. We didn't kind of said no, you probably did say no. No more messing around. I've got my sword up. So you might have even cancelled whatever this was in the end. You might have said, look, you've changed this so many times. I'm not going to do this at all. But I think you still had to see this person for some reason. I keep on getting that. I keep on seeing that. Okay, so I'll tell you what else I'm seeing. This is probably only going to resonate with some people, but maybe this was an ex, or someone who used to be close to you. There's an emotional connection between you and this person. And this is probably why this got to you so much, because it was like there was an emotional layer on top of all of this stress that this person was causing you. If you had the kind of relationship with them which was like a colleague or a work person or someone who you had to see that was just around something practical, if someone was going to repair something for you and they changed the dates on you, yes, it would be annoying, but you wouldn't have this emotional layer on top of that. So it's like it got you even more than it usually would. If I have someone coming to fix something in my home and I wait around all day and they don't turn up, that's really annoying. It makes me so annoyed. But if it's someone who's an ex, who you have a lot of baggage with, a lot of kind of emotional background with, that adds another layer of upset to the frustration. That's what I'm trying to say. I hope that makes sense. So the next card you have for your past is the Three of Cups. Yay! I love the Three of Cups. So yeah, your life was really improving at this time, probably financially, because there's a lot of abundance in this card. There's a lot of fruit and flowers, and they're dancing around the pumpkins and the abundance. They're happy that they've got this harvest around them. So you might have, things might have been improving again for you financially. You might have had a raise, or you might have had some money come into you. I'm not seeing a massive amount of money. I'm not seeing a lottery win or anything like that. Sadly, I wish I could say that you had, but I think you'd already know that. If you had, you probably wouldn't be listening to this. You'd be on your yacht or buying a racehorse or something. But here you are. Sorry about that. But things were really improving for you. Very slowly but surely but steadily, they were improving for you generally in your life. So that's a really good thing. Again, I keep on seeing this axe here in this card as well. Which is what I'm seeing in the Queen of Swords. This could be about, sometimes this card can be about third-party situations. So maybe that's what happened between you and this ex. Maybe they had a third party, maybe they left you for someone else, or maybe you left them because they were playing around on you or cheating or something like that. So now I can see why you still had all kinds of emotions around this person, a lot of difficult emotions. And I can see why you'd rather not have seen them at all, but you had to see them. And every time they'd mess you around, it kind of made you feel even more upset and agitated. Not just agitated, but very upset on top of that. I know I'm repeating myself, so I'll move on. The last card you have for your past is the Six of Swords. Yeah, I'm actually seeing this quite literally. This is about moving. So you could have been thinking about moving, or you could have been looking to move, or something like that. Now, moving's come up in a few readings this week as well so far. A lot of people are kind of wanting to move or thinking about moving. There's a lot of moving around happening. But I'm still seeing a link between your ability to move and this ex or this person in this Queen of Swords. Now, it might be that maybe there's something you had to settle with this person. It might have been financially, it might have been something else. Or it could be that you need to keep on seeing them for some other reason. Or it could be that they were preventing you from making this move because maybe they were just eating into your time and annoying you and messing around all your appointments. And so you had to keep on cancelling other things and you had less and less time to do other things. It might have been something like that. You were trying to kind of think about a move, plan a move, look at places, organize things or something. And then you kind of lost out on a lot of time because of this person in the Queen of Swords. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your present is the Hermit. So, yes, I don't mean to see this, but I keep on seeing this ex. I keep on seeing this person in the Queen of Swords all over your readings so far. They're really bothering you, or they have been. I think this person's changed a lot from the way they used to be, but they might be telling you that they've changed a lot more than they actually had. They haven't changed in the important ways, if that makes sense. I'm still seeing this person as being a little bit selfish. I'm seeing them more than a little bit, actually. They're quite self-serving, and I think they always have been like that. Again, I think this person might be saying to you, I've changed. See, I'm not like that anymore. I'm like this. I do this now. And maybe they might be trying to show you that they're more enlightened, they're different, a lot different to the way they used to be. But just be careful around this, because they might be creating, they're creating chaos around you, definitely. They're creating chaos. They're messing you up, missing appointments, all of that kind of thing, messing you around in the Queen of Swords. And I think they might be trying to do this to get your attention, a bit like a naughty child would do anything to get an adult's attention when they want attention. So yes, they might have changed in some ways, but not in the ways that you are wanting them to change. And I think, when you're in a relationship with this person, when you're with this person, you really wanted them to change something very specific, a very big thing about themselves. You're really hoping they were going to change. And you're wanting this for so long. You were hoping and hoping they were going to change. But I don't think they have in the big way you want. They might be saying, oh, I've changed, but I don't think they have. Now, I don't want to tell you what to do, but I'm definitely seeing a lot of warning signs around this person. I don't mean that you're in danger or anything like that, but they're definitely not a positive force around you. And they're trying to get your attention, and they're telling you that they've changed. So if you look at the combination of those things, there's only one reason I can think of why someone might do that. Why would someone say to you, I've changed, I'm better, I'm not who I used to be, can I have your attention, I want your attention? It's because they're thinking about getting back together again with you. It's because they want you with them again. That's probably what's going on. but for you, it's driving you crazy. That's what I'm seeing. The next card you have for your present is the Eight of Pentacles. So you might be coming to the end of even having to deal with this person, and I'm really glad you are. This is a big relief to you if this is the case. I can see that. Yeah, the man on this card's working repetitively. He's working on one thing and another thing, but they're all the same. The coins are all the same. So I think you've seen this person repeat their behavior over and over and over again. And now I think this is all coming to an end now. I don't think their behavior is coming to an end. I think they're always going to be like this, but I think the time that you have to see them might be coming to an end. Because this man has almost finished what he's doing. He only has one coin to go and then he's done. So you won't have to see this person after all this has been sorted out. There won't be any practical reason why you have to see them. But I'm still seeing that they're probably still going to be around you. They're probably still going to be in your life or trying to be in your life. I think this person feels that they need you. They need you in their life. I keep on seeing that. I need you in my life. That's what they're thinking. They need you in their life. They don't need you in their life, but that's how they're feeling. So they're probably still going to try to do a lot of things to try and keep you in their life. I don't think this is what you want. Yeah, you don't want to, because when I look at this card, I'm seeing like a conveyor belt going along, like a machine, and I'm looking at all these cards up this tree. The man's working on them, he puts it on the conveyor belt, and then when he's finished they go up the tree. So like a production line or something like that. You don't want to be stuck on this conveyor belt with them, repeating everything again and again, seeing them do the same things over and over and over again. You telling them to change and they never do. They just keep doing the same things over and over and over again. You don't want to be on this treadmill with them. You want to get off. That's what I'm seeing. Now you are off and they're trying to get you back on again, but you're not going back on again. That's what I'm seeing. You've had enough of this. The last card you have for your present is the Page of Cups. So you might actually have someone new around you at this time. This could be someone who I think sends you messages. The pages are often about messages, and I'm seeing they might send you text messages, or they might be sending you notes over email or something like that. This could be a person in your workplace or around work or something like that. Now, whoever this is, they have a really good sense of humor, because if you look at this Page of Cups, that's what he's doing. He's dressed in a kind of a silly way. He has flowers and different colors all over him and kind of crazy. And he's looking at this fish and he's kind of laughing and the fish is amusing him. And, you know, they're a lot of fun, this person. They have a great sense of humor. I'm seeing again, be a little bit careful, because they can be a little bit flirty. Around you, yes, but not only around you, around other people as well. So this might be just harmless flirting. They might be just having a bit of fun. But if you're looking for something serious, I'm not telling you to stay away from this person, because I think they're not a bad person. They're actually a good person. But maybe just sit back for a while and just wait and see before you actually jump in with this person. So you might be thinking, are they doing this with me or are they doing it with everyone else? I would say that they're probably flirting with a lot of people as well as you. So, you know, you might be fine with this. You might just want to have fun with them. I can see why you would, after everything you've been through. You've been through so many hard, heavy, difficult things, and now you might just want to have a bit of fun. That's absolutely fine. But if you're looking for something more serious, I'm not saying stay away from them, but I'm saying just wait and see. Get to know them a bit more before you jump in. Find out a bit more about them first. Just take your time with them. That's what I'm seeing. So the first card you have for your future is the Nine of Cups. I'm seeing an event coming up for you, actually. I think you've known about this event for a long time. It might be a wedding, it might be some sort of party, someone's birthday or something. I think you knew this was coming up. I think you knew that this certain date was going to be on this certain date. And yeah, this is a pre-planned thing you knew about. Everyone knew about this. There was a lot of preparation going on for this. I'm definitely seeing some kind of celebration, and you were happy about this when you first heard about this. You said, yes, I'll go to that. That's fine, that party or whatever that is, or that wedding or that birthday or whatever it is. And yeah, when you got the invitation, that was fine. But as this date gets closer, you might be losing a bit of your enthusiasm around this. That happens to me all the time. I get an invitation, I think, great. And then it gets closer to the date and I think, oh, I don't know if I can go. I don't think I can. But that's me. I've got a bit of social anxiety or anxiety about that kind of stuff. That might not be you, but I am seeing you're feeling less enthusiastic as it gets closer to the date. Now, I'm not seeing you're going to cancel or anything like that. And yeah, this might sound strange, but I'm seeing you might be struggling with your self-image a bit, especially around someone else who's going to be at this event. You might be thinking about their image of you. Maybe this person has said things to you in the past, or maybe they have some kind of competitive thing going on between you or something like that. So you might be worried about that. You also might be worried that you'll be left alone at this event. The man on this card, he looks a bit like he's at a party. That's why I'm seeing this. He has, cups behind him on a table with a tablecloth, and he's sitting there smiling and everything's fine. But he's by himself. He's alone. And that might be what you're worrying about. So, I'm not seeing any problems around this, and I don't think you will be alone. I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be chatting to people and whatever. Everything will be okay. But I think you might just quietly leave early from this thing, or you might leave right after the important bits, like when someone cuts a cake or something like that. And that it's going to be fine. I mean, it's not going to be the most amazing night of your life, but it's not going to be as bad as you thought it was going to be. I think you're going to go there, you're going to have some people chat with you and whatever, you're going to have a fine time, you'll be chatting away with people, smiling in the pictures or whatever, and then, whatever's going to happen, and then I think you're going to go. And that it's all going to be fine, there's not going to be any big problem. The next card you have for your future is the Four of Swords. I'm just laughing because I'm looking at this man lying down. This is what you'd rather be doing while you're at this party or whatever this is, lying down. You'd rather be lying down watching Netflix in your pajamas or something like that than getting around, getting all dressed up with a drink in your hand, making small talk with people. I really see, you can tell that I don't like these things. You can tell. That's just me. But yes, you would rather be doing that. I would too, actually. The other thing I'm seeing in this card is that there's also going to be some time when you don't need to see this ex, and it was coming to that time, was coming close to that time I was seeing the Eight of Pentacles, and maybe this is this time now. You won't have to see this ex or whoever this is in the Queen of Swords. There aren't going to be any practical reasons for you to see them, because I think, you had to see them in the Queen of Swords. There was some reason why you had to meet with them, but now that's all over and you don't have to now. Now, I think this person might still try to contact you or get your attention. They still think they need you in their life. They're going to still think that. And yeah, they're going to make excuses. They're going to make excuses to see you. You might talk to them a little bit on the phone. You might kind of say, I can't see you, I'm sorry about that, some of the time. And then it might just get a bit much for you and you might just ignore their calls. You might even end up blocking them in the end. That sounds very harsh, but I think they're going to be very, very overbearing. They're going to try and contact you quite a bit. Again, I'm not seeing you in danger, so don't worry about that. But they're going to just keep on bothering you, and you don't want that. You want this. You want the Four of Swords. You want to lie down and rest. So you are going to kind of avoid their calls after that. You are going to lie down and have a rest. You're still going to be thinking a bit about the negative antics, because this man's lying down, he has swords poking toward him, so you're still going to be thinking about that. But after a while, that will fade away. And this is your rest time, and you deserve it. So enjoy your rest time. So the last card you have for your future, someone's yelling outside. Go away. The last card you have for your future is the Page of Wands. So this is a fantastic card for you. This is what you sort of, what I'm seeing is you're picking up the pieces. I'm getting distracted by someone talking outside. Go away, go away. You're picking up the pieces of things. This is what I'm seeing. Springtime, newness, looking up to what you're going to achieve, picking everything up, picking the pieces up, picking a wand up, starting again afresh. You might be starting a new course of study. You might be starting a whole new thing. You might be moving, because I was seeing that in the Six of Swords. Whatever it is, this is like a fresh start for you. It's all new. So I'm seeing that this person was blocking you in your past, and now they're gone. The roadblock has gone. You don't have to see this person. You don't have to be with this person. They're not going to mess you around anymore. So you have a free, clean slate in front of you, and you're going to be filling it with some really, really interesting things. Now, you might be a little bit afraid actually at this time, because suddenly when you have everything free and you have all the options open to you, it can be a bit scary because you just don't know where to start. But I think start to kind of do things like I always say this, and I know I repeat myself, and I say this all the time. So if you want to switch off now, but this is what I think you should do. Start to write down some things. The first thing that comes into your mind. I'd love to do this. Not what you think other people would like you to do, or not what looks good to other people. Not like, I'd like a big mansion so I can show off. Not that kind. And I don't think you want to show off, but that's an example. Some people like to kind of think about things that will impress others. That's the absolute last thing you want to do. Think about what makes you feel good. What do I want to do? What have I always wanted to do? Do I want to travel to here? Do I want to learn a language? Do I want to learn something new? Do I want to move to a place that's quiet? Do I want to move to a noisy place in the middle of a city? Do I want to move near my friend? Do I want this? Do I want that? So start writing all that down for yourself. Think about what you want, and then keep on reading the list over and over again, and then think about how you feel when you look at each thing. How do you feel when I read that one? How do I feel? And think about, concentrate on the one where you feel the best when you read it. And that's the thing you want to start pursuing first. You can still do the other things. Start with that, pursue that. That's like your map. That's telling you where you need to go. So that might be a stupid idea, but that's what I do sometimes. It might help, it might not. I don't know. I just wanted to tell you that. But this is fantastic because you have this clean, open slate in front of you. You can put anything you want on it. This is really fantastic now that this roadblock person is out of the way for you.